An undefeated regular season, a West Michigan Conference Lakes Division title, a district championship, 11 wins. Whitehall football had an incredible 2022. And Brett Bakita, we're getting ready for 2023. This is going to be another team to be reckoned with. But I think, and I think you agree with me, that what they did last year, even though they've been a winning program for several years under Tony Sigmund, that changed the expectation level for this program.
Absolutely. What's funny is you're the book, right? You know all the different divisions and conferences. And even though I started in Muskegon and covered some of these teams, Whitehall was just kind of always that, okay, you play Montague, right? The rivalry game for the Bell, you play Oak Ridge, and they've had some good teams. But when I saw them last year, I'm like, wow, this could be a really good Whitehall team. And I'm like, keep this for myself. They obviously lived up to the billing, and we got the matchup everyone wanted to see with South Christian, that great regional final game. And they build off this. I mean, Tony Sigmund's excited. He's got a great coaching staff. And when you have a quarterback back that's electric, like Kyle Stratton is, for a third year as a varsity, you know what the luxury is there.
Yeah, and the Vikings, they talked about what that senior class last year meant and how they're hoping to take the baton and run with it.
I mean, it's cliche, but there's no little things. So we're doing we're doing everything with detail, and we're just doing everything right. And I think last year that kind of set that expectation of we want to be a championship program. So that's what we're trying to build here. So we got to do everything right. Last year kind of set a new expectation for us, and we're all just carrying that over from last year, and we're all just excited to get the season going and get farther than we did last year.
The regular season was good last year. We took care of business every week, made sure we didn't take any games for granted. Took each game serious every day. What I take out of last year is experience. We gained a lot of experience, and so we can bring that into this year, and we'll be ready when we're in big games. We came up short last year, just a little mistakes, and I got to be the leader that's going to make sure that those mistakes are dwindled down. So we're playing all year.
It allows us, as a community and as a school, that we can do big things here. And so, we have a lot of kids that are bought in right now. We're going to have a varsity about 34 kids. And to tell you the truth, there's a lot of guys that have really done a lot of work to say, why not me? Give me a shot to play.
One unique thing with this team is a bunch of their skill guys are back, but they're replacing that entire offensive line, but they feel good about the guys that are ready to step in there up front.
They've got size. As we're watching them here in practice returning, some of those guys might have been defensive line or offensive line that rotated in, but I was really impressed, and that's why I liked them last year, with their size and skill position players. So it's going to be a little bit of a transition, but I think it's one of those where I'd rather have, as a coaching staff, especially at quarterback and wide receiver, with what they like to run, those guys knowing what they're doing, and then you can kind of teach the physicality of the offensive line, which again, I go back to the coaching staff doing an excellent job to get these guys ready.
Well, Whitehall, enrollment-wise, actually fell to what would be Division 5 this year, but they've chosen to opt up. The Vikings will be Division 4 again in 2023. For now, we'll send it back to the studio.